Hare Krishna. Welcome to the fourth day of Sri Narasimha Katha. Today we are going to discuss how Lord Narasimha had slayed or killed the very powerful demon Hiranyakasipu. As we have seen in the last 3 days, how Hiranyakasipu, he was doing a great tapasya and got a very special, unique boon from Brahma that he cannot be killed by any animal or man or demigod or weapon, etc. etc. He had put hundreds of conditions, and it was like almost immortal for Hiranyakashipu to be killed. Of course, the demons are intelligent, but the Lord is much more intelligent because the Supreme Lord is the source of intelligence for every living entity in this world. He gives the intelligence. So if demon is intelligence, the Lord is much more intelligent. So then Prahlad takes birth but as a devotee, and then we have seen how Prahlad Maharaj, he learned this science of Krishna consciousness from Narad Muni when Prahlad was in the womb itself. And right from the childhood, Sri Prahlad Maharaj was Mahabhagavata. He was always fully Krishna conscious. He was always thinking of Lord Vishnu. He was always chanting the glories of Lord Vishnu. And on the other hand, Hiranyakashipu was a great demon and enemy of Lord Vishnu. It's quite ironical. The father is a great demon, enemy of Lord Vishnu, and the son is a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So today we are going to discuss the discussion that happened between Prahlad Maharaj and Hiranyakashipu, and then how it led to the appearance of Lord Narasimha, and how Lord Narasimha had slayed the demon Hiranyakashipu. So it so happened that one day Prahlad Maharaj was speaking to his schoolmates, his friends, and he was telling them, preaching them about Krishna consciousness. How Lord Vishnu is the supreme, we all are his servants, we should surrender unto him, we should chant his name, and we should live in a Krishna conscious way, like that. So then it so happened that the friends of Prahlad Maharaj, they happened to become more and more deeper in Krishna consciousness, and they were almost became like full dedicated, full Krishna conscious devotees, which the gurus of that Gurukul boys, Shanda and Amarka, appointed by Hiranyakashipu, they did not like. Because Shanda and Amarka, on the order of Hiranyakashipu, they were teaching to these boys only on Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha, which has nothing to do about devotional service of the Lord. It is all about how developing body skills and developing, getting how to earn money and how to discriminate between enemy and friend and how to fight and how to enjoy all these things. Materialistic education Shanda and Amarka were giving. And Prahlad Maharaj, on the other hand, was giving them spiritual education, Krishna consciousness. So this thing Shanda Amarka did not like, and they were very afraid that all these Gurukul boys, they would also become like Prahlad Maharaj. They would also become devotees of Vishnu. So they immediately ran towards Hiranyakashipu. And in a lot of anxiety and fear, they told Hiranyakashipu that, see, my dear king, your son is changing the whole atmosphere of the Gurukul school. Now all the school boys, they're like chanting Vishnu's name. They became devotees of Vishnu. And by hearing this, Hiranyakashipu becomes very, very angry. He his whole eye and face turns red, and he's like almost like a snake which is trampled by someone's foot. When the snake is trampled by someone's foot, the snake becomes very angry, hissing. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu was hissing with anger by hearing the activities of Prahlad Maharaj. And on the other hand, Prahlad Maharaj, he was just folding his hands in front of his father, and he was very calm, very cool. He was not at all agitated because he was always in thought of Lord Vishnu. Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj that, Prahlad, my dear son, you are a rascal. You had deviated from the family, from our family duties. We are supposed to envy Lord Vishnu, and you are worshipping him. You have deviated. You became so impudent. You are a rascal. So like that, he was chastising Prahlad Maharaj, and he was saying that today I will send you to the abode of Yamaraj. I'll kill you. I'll send you to the abode of Yamaraj. See, his own son, and out of his enemy towards Lord Vishnu, he's thinking of killing his own son. Then finally, Hiranyakashipu asks, Prahlad, where are you getting this energy? Who is giving? On whose power you are speaking? On whose power you are speaking? You are acting like this. Who is giving you that power? Prahlad Maharaj, very peacefully, with composed mind, he says that, oh, great demon, father, demoniac father, he says that the one who is giving power to you, he is giving power to me. He is the same one who is giving power to you. He is the same one giving power to me. In fact, he is the same one who is giving power to the entire creation. In fact, the entire creation is his creation. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu. He can only be achieved by the one whose mind is controlled. But Hiranyakashipu, my dear father, you are not understanding that your mind itself is your enemy. No one is anyone's enemy. We make, this is my enemy, this is my friend. And right now your mind is so much disturbed that it is your enemy now. Lord Vishnu is the one who gives power to see. He is the one who gives power to speak. He is the one who gives power to hear. He is the one who gives power to do any activity. And by hearing this, Hiranyakashipu became very much angry, much more angry. And Hiranyakashipu started chastising more heavily to Prahlad Maharaj. And started saying Prahlad Maharaj that, Prahlad, you think you can control your senses better than me? You are a fool. You don't know what is my power. That God whom you are speaking all the time, where is he? I will send you to the abode of Yamaraj today. Let your God come and save you. Is he there? You are telling that God, you are speaking about that God who is that God other than me, and that God who is above everything, and that God who is present everywhere. If he is present everywhere, is he present in this pillar? If yes, let me see how he will save you today. I'll break this pillar. Like that Hiranyakashipu started saying. And then he got up in so much angry mood. He went to the nearby pillar with a sword in his hand, and with the hand he just punch the pillar, and the pillar broke. When the pillar broke into pieces, there came a very, very, very huge sound, a cracking sound. And that sound is so huge, so loud, that it is almost like cracking the universe. That sound had reached to the abode of even Lord Brahma. It was that sound was shaking the whole universe. And when the sound was heard by all the demons, the company of Hiranyakasipu, they all started running from there. They could not find what is the source of this sound. Started running away. At that time, Shukadeva Goswami, he speaks a very beautiful verse explaining how the Lord appears on the words of his devotees. When Hiranyakashipu broke the pillar, Lord Narasimha, he did not appear first, whereas the sound appeared. And the Shukadeva Goswami, he says that Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrushyatyatyadbhuta rupamudvaham stambhe sabhayam nabragam namanushu. So he says that Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhasitam. Nijabhritya, the real servant of Lord Vishnu, Prahlad Maharaj, his words to make truthful. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhasitam. To make the words of Prahlad Maharaj truthful, because Hiranyakashipu said that to Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad, you are saying your God is everywhere, let me see. So Prahlad was saying, he's there everywhere. Yeah, he's there in pillar also. So to prove that statement of Prahlad Maharaj, Lord appeared. Not just because Hiranyakashipu broke the pillar, Lord appeared. No. It is because to prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj, Lord appeared from the pillar. And it is said in Bhagavad Gita, who can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattva tato mam tattvato gnatva ishate tadanantaram. Lord Krishna says that Bhaktya mam abhijanati. One who is a devotee of Lord, only he can know and see the Lord. It is said in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. The devotees of the Lord, their eyes are anointed with the love, towards the Supreme Lord. So with that love, they can see God everywhere. They can see in the pillar, they can see in the tree, in the bird, in the stone, anywhere they can see the form of the Lord. And in a deity form, they can see that the Lord is standing there personally. So Prahlad Maharaj, to make his words truthful, the Lord appeared from the pillar. Satyam vidhatum nijabhritya bhashitam yapchim tabhuteshu akhileshu chatmana adrushyata adbhuta rupam. It was a wonderful form. Actually, the sound appeared, but after the sound, the Lord actually appeared to prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj. And it is said that form of the Lord which appeared, it is so amazing, so wonderful, adbhutam, wonderful, adrushyatad adbhuta rupam udvaham. Wonderful form had appeared from after that sound. Wonderful form of the Lord, very, very unique form of the Lord had appeared. Adrushyatad adbhuta rupam stambhe sabhayam nabragam namanusham. And it is so that it's not been identifiable whether it is mrigam, animal, or manusham, man. So when the Lord Narasimha appeared from the pillar, and he was like roaring, his eyes were very reddish, and he is like so much height that he's almost touching the sky. And when Hiranyakashipu saw this, he was completely bewildered. he could not understand what is this creature I am seeing first time in my life. He's completely bewildered, shocked, Hiranyakashipu. What kind of creature is this? Is it animal? Is it man? Or is it what? He could not analyze and started seeing the form of the Lord. The form of the Lord is described so nicely that he's so high that he's touching the clouds. His eyes are full of reddish eyes, because he came with so much angry to kill Hiranyakashipu. He was roaring. His teeth were so sharp, and his mouth and his nose were so much wide. It is appear like valleys, and his mouth was so wide. His ears were so large, and his hair was just like the lion has a hair to the head. It was covering his mane, and his chest was so broad, and his waist was thin, and he has many hands, and he is catching so many weapons: Shankha, Chakra, Gadha, Padma, and many weapons. He was roaring. When he was roaring, it was so that the elephants in the forest were running away, crying. And when he was breathing, the seas were, the tides in the seas and the oceans were rising so much high. So like that, the form of the Lord was described. And Hiranyakashipu could not understand. And finally he realized, oh, it is that same Maya Vishnu who took this form to kill me. And it is compared that the Lord Vishnu, Lord Narasimha, is so huge. Hiranyakashipu is like a mosquito in front of him. The size of Hiranyakashipu is so small, and the Lord is so huge. The Hiranyakashipu is like a mosquito in front of Narasimha. And even though he is so small, Hiranyakashipu is insignificant. But his ego is so much, he started attacking the Lord. He took a sword, he took a shield, and he started attacking the Lord. And the Lord, he grasped immediately. He grasped Hiranyakashipu and holded him. And then while he was holding, suddenly it got Hiranyakashipu slipped from the hand. And when it slipped, the demigods in the sky, they were little worried. Oh, what is this happening? This Hiranyakashipu came out of the grip of the Lord. Now how he will be killed? So like that they were worrying. Actually, the description goes like this, that just like when Garuda sometimes catches the snake. So suddenly what happens, sometimes the snake slips from the mouth of Garuda. But again Garuda catches the snake. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu, when he got slipped away, again he thought that the Lord is fearful of me, that's why he left me. Because his ego is so much. So immediately again he took the sword and shield and again started attacking. This time the Lord, he just caught hold of Hiranyakashipu. And then, because Hiranyakashipu got a boon from Brahma, very technical boon, that he cannot be killed by any means. So what happened? The Lord had took this Hiranyakashipu, he lifted him, and the Lord went exactly in between the home and outside, that is just at the main gate. So it is neither the land, neither the sky, and the Lord appeared exactly in the Sandhya Samay. That means it is neither morning time or daytime or neither evening time. And then it was, and then he took a boon that he will not be killed neither inside the home nor outside the home. So the Lord exactly went just at the entrance, which is neither inside nor outside. So as I said, demons are intelligent, but Lord is much more intelligent. And he is neither man nor animal. He is like half man, half lion incarnation. So he took Hiranyakashipu, put on his lap, and started tearing off his body. He took his fingernails. It's not a weapon. It is just fingernails. And he took his fingernails and started tearing apart the stomach of Hiranyakashipu. And then Hiranyakashipu was roaring. He was roaring, he was crying when he was being killed. And then he lost. And then ultimately he died. Then Lord Narasimha, he took the intestines of Hiranyakashipu and garlanded, put over his neck. One may ask that, why so? Hiranyakashipu is a demon, he is a sinful, he used to kill brahmanas, he used to kill cows, he is a great demon. What is so great about the intestine of Hiranyakashipu that the Lord is taking and putting around his neck as a garland? The Acharyas explain that when Lord Narasimha, he tore apart the stomach, he saw the intestine, he thought that the great devotee Prahlad Maharaj has passed through this intestine in the form of semen. So this intestine is very pure because Prahlad Maharaj has passed through it. So he took that intestine and he garlanded himself. Then the Lord, he with his hands, he just tore apart his chest of Hiranyakashipu. He took the heart and he just threw it away, and he threw away the body of Hiranyakashipu. And then when this scene was sawn by the other demoniac company of Hiranyakashipu, they started running towards Lord Narasimha, trying to attack him. Then the Lord Narasimha, just with his fingers, with his fingernails, just with the tip of his fingernails, he just killed all these demons in one shot. And then he was roaring. The Lord was in so much angry after killing Hiranyakashipu and all the demons. He was in so much anger. As I said, when he was breathing, the seas and the oceans were moving. And he was roaring and his face was so reddish. He was roaring so heavily. When he was standing, it so happened that the head was shaking, and with that shaking, the clouds were moving. The clouds were moving with the shaking of his head. So in that way, he was roaring, and seeing around, who else is there? Come on, fight, I'll kill you. He was in so much anger. And then with that angry mood, he went around and sat on the throne, on the throne of that area where Hiranyakashipu was there. He sat there and he was waiting for who else is there. Come on, I'll kill you, like that. Then actually all this story of Hiranyakashipu Prahlad Maharaj story was described by Narad Muni to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So in the Bhagavatam, there are different dialogues which come. One dialogue is where the Shukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj, and the other dialogue is where Shuta Goswami is speaking to the sages of Naimisharanya. And when Shukadeva Goswami was narrating this story to Parikshit Maharaj, he keeps narrating. Then in that narration, another dialogue comes where Narad Muni is speaking to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So this whole 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Lord Narasimha about Prahlad Maharaj, Narad Muni speaks to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So Narad Muni says to Yudhishthir Maharaj that now when such incident happened, everyone was so fearful to reach Narasimhadev because he was so angry. Then all the demigods headed by Brahma, then there is Shiva, then there is Indra, then there are Gandharvas, there are Vidyadharas, there are Charanas, there are Prajapatis, there are Yakshas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas. All these people, they were standing far away, and they were very fearful to come near to the Lord. So from their own position, from far away, they started glorifying the Lord Narasimha, and how he is the supreme and how he is the omnipresent, omniscient, and like that. All the demigods, they were glorifying the Lord. So then, but they were very fearful to come near to Narasimha. Then ultimately they say to Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad, the Lord appeared to protect you. So you should go. Even Lakshmi was very fearful to go to the Lord Narasimha, because even Lakshmi ji, who is the wife of Lord Vishnu, she is seeing her husband first time like this in that form. So even she is very very fearful to reach Narasimha. So all the demigods says, Prahlad Maharaj, my dear Prahlad Maharaj, you please go, because the Lord appeared to protect you. So he will be very happy and peaceful when you come in front of him. So then everyone sends Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj starts glorifying and makes Lord Narasimha peaceful. So that how Lord Narasimha was glorified by Prahlad Maharaj, that we will see in tomorrow's session, the session 5, the prayers by Prahlad Maharaj. Hare Krishna.